I've been brought up in a very frugal way, so we were taught not to waste anything. That helps financially, but it helps environmentally too. I love the quote that Audrey Hepburn has: to plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. We believe in hundreds of years, decades to go, because to start a distillery means that you believe that you're going to keep going for future, so that you're leaving a legacy for the long term. Ad Gefrin was opened in 2023, so we're only a fledgling organisation. We're in the wilds of Northumberland, so it's quite remote, and we've got stunning scenery, but we're not overly populated. So we wanted to regenerate the high street to give work to people who live here and to bring back the high street so that it's thriving. We opened basically 5 different businesses all in one on day one. We opened a bistro, we opened a gift shop, we've got front of house tours, we've got a museum, and we've got a distillery. We want to be sustainable. We wanted to use everything as local as possible. We wanted to be sustainable financially and environmentally. So we've resourced as much as we could from local. We've used local builders, we used local joiners, we used a local steel firm. So everything was here to reduce the amount of mileage coming in. And then when we're producing the whisky, we're actually using different farmers from a radius of 20 miles. Each of our casks here is full of whisky, and our carbon footprint is quite low compared to a lot of other distilleries, but we want that to be because it's part of our ethos, it's part of who we are. We don't want to waste resources in any way, shape or form.
Sustainability is absolutely key to what we do here at Ad Gefrin. Our mission is creating a world-class visitor experience, a world-class product, but by doing so, doing it efficiently, doing it in a modern approach, and being really proud of what we do. So therefore, not just celebrating our heritage now, but indeed laying down the foundations for our future. Energy monitoring is a clear extension of our daily business. How we use our systems, reading the systems efficiently, understanding our output, and getting quantifiable, measurable data that we can use. Having that data that furnishes our understanding so we can improve and optimise. Using ClearVUE and the clever monitoring is going to help identify where we can be better and use it for reporting and getting an optimised result.
Ad Gefrin uses energy quite a few ways. Gas is mainly used for the distillery, for the great big boiler. That's a massive usage of gas. And we're standing just beside 2 of our local domestic heaters for our hot water and our underflow heating system. We also use a lot of electricity for extracting our own water from our own private borehole. I monitor the meters daily on how much energy we're actually producing with our PV panels. And also in here in the boiler room, there's a couple of meters there which I get probably about 5 or 6 readings from various points in the building. But at the moment it's all manual, so I think ClearVUE is going to be a massive help. Just to be able to have that at our fingertips, manipulate that data, we can go down into granular detail. But at the moment we're just measuring day by day, so we don't know when our peak times of the day are. You know, we're going to be able to compare readings from, say, last year or from the previous week, or maybe if we're thinking that adverse weather affects the amount of energy that we're using, we can roll back a couple of days and compare day by day. It's stuff that I really couldn't do on the spreadsheet that I've got at the moment. It's going to be a massive difference.
The system's really eye-opening, just how it consolidates everything, how it puts it into one neat kind of portal for us to have the ability to break down rooms, to break down use. We never had that before. This wonderful distillery, we want to be able to assess what it does. ClearVUE will allow us to have data in a fashion where we can pull it and use it in a reporting mechanism. We can then be more informed, and it will definitely affect the way we schedule and the way we run business, especially in our seasonal approach to making whisky. We're really, really impressed with its functionality and just how clear it is. To have all of that in one system at one end user device is just fantastic for us as managers and users on site to then be able to pull the correct data off and then export the data to enable us to brief and make more informed decisions.
It's really important for all businesses, whether they're old or new, to be as sustainable as they can be. It's because every business, whether it's old or new, would love to be more efficient than it is. We're really looking forward to working with ClearVUE to see what efficiencies we can make. We actually want to now find out if we're wasting any resource, and if so, what that's costing, and how we can be more efficient. It may take us to change, it may take some of the staff to have different procedures, it may just make us aware. We want everybody in our organisation to be aware of resource management. We've got to keep whisky in a barrel for 3 years to be able to call it whisky, but that's the minimum amount, because some of these barrels might still be here in 30 years' time. The real test of how well we've done will be with the legacy that we leave. I would love to see in my lifetime is Wooler High Street thriving again as more visitors come to this part of Northumberland, which is really beautiful, and the community being more economically viable than it ever has been. And be part of that, be part of the story that takes Northumbria to the next golden age, because I believe that we can do that.